Hey everybody, welcome back to Before the Echo. Talking about knives today. I wanted to give you guys a list of knives that I have used in the past and feel comfortable recommending to people. I've used a whole bunch of them. They're not on this list. And some of them are good. I just don't have a recollection of liking them. But this kind of pile I have here, I've kind of thought about the budgets of everybody and gave you some options for whatever budget you have. This budget friendly knife that I actually just got, and I'm actually really impressed with it. I bought it honestly just kind of for this video because I wanted to get a fixed blade that was in that $30 price range that I thought I could recommend. This is a knife made by SOG, and it's actually recommended in a meat eater guide to hunting book. It's reason that I got it. It has a really comfortable grip on it. It's really actually feels like it's really well made. It's a rubber handled grip. This is kind of more of a it's marketed to like a bushcrafted knife, but this would be an excellent knife to use to skin out a deer or gut a deer. And in fact, I think I'm going to make this my knife this year that I'm going to use just to so I can have some experience with it. Now this is made in China. You're not going to find an American made knife for $30. That's not a thing here. It's also it's a very what I like in my hunting knives. It's very thick. I don't know exactly the thickness of the blade on this particular model, but it's a pretty thick blade, and I just like to have some rigidness when I'm out in the woods because you never know what you're going to have to use your knife for. Um, Maybe breaking bone or who knows what. But I really like this knife. I could see myself this becoming one of my favorites for a budget knife guy, and it came with the sheath. I'm impressed with for the amount of money I pay for this thing. It has a really nice sheath. It has a buckle clip on it or a belt clip on it here, and then it also has the holes to where you could run it through a strap or something. And then it fits in there pretty good. It's not going to come out or anything. So yeah, that would be my first recommendation. If you're on a budget and you only can buy one knife, I don't think you can go wrong with SOG. I used to have a whole bunch of SOG stuff. I had a SOG multi-tool that I really liked. I had a couple of SOG knives that I really like, and I was going to give them another shot. They have more expensive knives as well, but this little thing here, I think it's going to be a sleeper for a good budget knife. It's super comfortable, is why I like it, and you're not going to slip down. It has a really nice deep uh, finger hold here to where you're not going to slip down. That's something I really like. So if you're on a budget, this is a good option. Okay, now I think probably one of the best bang for your buck options for a good hunting knife is this ESEE Azula knife. I've had this for a long time. You guys can kind of see it's been used quite a bit. It has quite a bit shorter blade. I think it's like a 3-inch blade versus this 4-inch blade on this SOG. But my Ohio buck a couple years ago, I used this thing to completely debone it and pack it out. It's a super like a skeleton model is what I call it. I don't know exactly what they call it, but just no grip on it. You can buy these with a grip. There's all kinds of options of the ESEE Azul, and this one's particular is called a Rowan. I don't really know what that means. I think it's just like the coating of it or something's different. Comes with a little sheath. On the sheath, I put some reflective paracord, which I need to do with this knife too, because the first thing that happens to me whenever I am in the dark gutting an animal, I lose this sucker. I always lose this stupid sheath, and they're all black for some reason. So that's something that I did. A little pro tip for you there. But this is a really good knife. It's really compact to compare to something like the SOG here. So can't go wrong. Again, nice thick blade on it, which I like. And I'm not like a knife nut. I just know what I like. So that's what I go with. I can't tell you like specs on stuff. I think this is some kind of I don't know what steel it is. I'm not even gonna pretend like I do. So okay, so then my third fixed blade hunting knife, and we'll talk about other ones here that I've used. I've taken this a lot out west when I'm hunting. It's a lot higher quality. This is the Benchmade. This is called the Steep Canyon or Steep Country maybe. But anyways, I don't think they make this knife anymore. They have a couple other ones that are extremely similar. It's like the Canyon and they got another hunting knife that they make. But Benchmade, that's obviously a very high quality knife. They make good products, so you're going to pay a lot more for a knife like this. I think this knife was close to that $200 price point. But again, nice thick blade on it. It's not unlike the Rowan though. You can see they're very, very, very similar in shape. Obviously, the Rowan or the Izula is a little bit smaller, but we got the same kind of blade profile on these two knives. This one, I think right now on Amazon, it's like $63. This one, if you can find it, it's super expensive, but holds an edge super good. This is by far for holding an edge. This has been the bee's knees for me with this knife. When you get this thing sharp, it stays sharp for a long time. It needs to be touched up right now. I cleaned a few turkeys with it. So, and then another thing with a premium knives, obviously you get a little better handle on it. Again, it has a really nice stop where you feel like you're pretty safe with your hands. So I really like this knife. I probably would never get rid of this knife. This is one of these knives that gets passed down to my boys. Probably need to buy another one because I got two boys. But this is an aftermarket sheath. The sheath that came with it, guess what color it was? It was black. This is an aftermarket sheath that I got from the internet. I don't know exactly where I got it from, but it fits into this knife perfectly. And then I got an orange one that I can't lose as easy. So that would be my recommendation for like a high-end knife. This is the one I've used. And now let me tell you this, there is so many great knife companies out there. So I'd like to hear in the comment section what you like and what you've used, because I'd love to try out some different knives. I also have this like affinity for I want to get a homemade knife from someone and use it. I think that'd be cool. But Benchmade, you can't go wrong with a good Benchmade knife. Okay, so some other knives I wanted to talk about. One, you guys have heard me just praise this thing here. This is a multi-tool. It has multiple knives on it, but this is the Leatherman Free P4. I'm telling you right now, if you don't have, like, if you want to buy a piece of gear this year that you don't have yet, this thing right here for a deer hunter, it's unbelievable. You definitely could gut a deer or whatever you want to with this. I typically don't, just because it's, there's a lot of moving parts on these things. So you don't really want to get, fat and blood and everything else all in all your pieces, but you could make this work if you needed to. I have used these needle nose pliers a countless number of times in the woods. My camera arm comes loose a lot. I just grab it, tighten it up. It's fixed. I've used it for actually like pruning some little stuff that was in my way. It has a pair of side nips inside or some clippers, they're wire clippers. Those are replaceable. You can actually buy new sharper ones for it. You can see there, you can take them off and replace them with that little Allen head. Something else that I really like about it, it's kind of a one-hand operation with this knife or this multi-tool. A lot of multi-tools are really stiff and you can't get them open without two hands. This one's like on a magnetic system, so you can hear it click in there. And if you need it open, you just flip it open and you're sitting there working with something. Because whenever you're, doing something in the woods, a lot of times you need your hands free. So that's super handy. Comes with everything a multi-tool comes with. It has a little saw that I've used multiple times out of the tree stand when I didn't feel like, I keep this in my pocket all the time. It's with me all the time. I pulled it out of my pocket for this video, but it's if I don't feel like getting in my pack or something to get my saw out, something small, I just grab this thing, open up the really nice saw that it has on it, and cut right through whatever I need to cut through. So the Leatherman Free P4, I would recommend getting this one. This is a more expensive. I think these are around $150, but they're worth it. I've used the other multi-tools and they just don't stack up to this one. So I can't recommend that enough. Now I wanted to show you guys the kit that I used for the longest out of all these probably combined. I used this kit way longer than any of those. I think I got this in high school. I think someone bought it for me, but this is a good option. This is the Blazing Bone is what it's called. It's from Outdoor Edge, and it's not called the Blazing Bone anymore. It's it's a different type of pack, but it's kind of the same exact thing. It's called the, let's see here. Yeah, it's just the wild bone now is what it's called. But this was a really, really good uh, kit for me. Whenever I was younger, this thing lived in my truck all the time. I still would use it to this day if I didn't have other options. Now it's not a, this is a $30 pack thing here. You get 2 knives with it. The first one here, man, you can see I still kind of didn't clean it real good last time I used it, but it has some fat on it, which ain't nothing wrong, a little fat on your knife. You get a really nice skin in gutting knife. It has a gut hook on it, which I don't. You can take that and take it somewhere else. I don't really care for a gut hook, but I think you should learn to gut a deer without a gutting hook. But it has a really nice blade, curved blade on it for skinning things out. It actually sharpens up really, really easy. It's probably not like the highest quality metal, but it does sharpen up real easy. And then with it, you actually get like a butchering knife too. So like a nice little, I don't know, this is probably like a 6-inch fillet knife type knife, a boning knife, I think is what they actually are the proper name for it. But you could definitely skin a fish with this thing. Good flex to it, which I like, and a boning knife. Real comfortable handles on these things. If you don't have a boning knife and you want a nice little pack, this Outdoor Edge kit is really, really good. And then it comes with a little knife sharpener as well. So this thing actually it sharpens these things up pretty nice. Whenever, like I said, it's not the most high quality steel that they use here. I'm sure this is made in China, but it does sharpen real nice. So you get the knife sharpener in the kit. The knife sharpener they sell with it now is like a pull through one now instead of this little hand one, but I'm sure it works just as good. And it does make a difference because I used to use this skinning deer, and the knife will get dull because I gutted the deer beforehand with the same knife and touch it up with that little sharpener, and it's good enough for me. Not the, it's not the most sexy way of sharpening a knife, but it does work very well. So lastly, I wanted to show you guys the knife that I use probably the most now. And the reason that I use the most is because it's just a convenience thing here. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So this is the knife that I've been using the last couple of years to butcher all my deer. It's the Outdoor Edge. I just use the razor blades is what it's called. You get this little pack, $40. You get the knife, and then it looks like you get maybe 5 replaceable blades with it. It's cool to know how to sharpen knives. You definitely need to learn that skill set. If you don't know how to do it, you need to learn. But whenever you're in a hurry or you need a surgically sharp blade and you don't have time to fiddle with that in the woods and take 20 minutes to sharpen your knife up, this little get up right here is a time saver for sure. This is your buying convenience here. They are really, really good product. The blades come in and out really nicely, and I really can't say anything bad about it. I keep this exact pack in my kill kit, which if you guys watch this channel, you know what my kill kit is, and just a handful of blades. It's all you need for pretty much the whole season. Another option is this Havalon Piranha. This is another really good one that I used in the past. It's a little lighter and smaller than the Outdoor Edge version of this. I do not like how the blades come in and out. It's just a little bit more difficult in my opinion. You can see these things, they've had 954 ratings of a 4.9. And then the Outdoor Edge looks like it's 4.8, and they got 3,713. So good products here from Outdoor Edge and that Havalon are good options. I would not be afraid to buy either one of those. I use both of them. So if you want something really small and compact and lightweight, the Havalon's probably where you want to go. If you want something that is a little more user friendly and feels more like a knife to you, the Outdoor Edge is what I would buy. So that's it. All the links to these are in the description of this video. Those are affiliate links, which if you guys are using those affiliate links, thank you so much. It helps the channel out a little bit, and it keeps me doing these videos for you guys. If you have any other gear stuff you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments below, and I'll go over what I would recommend getting and give you some budget options, and you'll be ready for deer season this year. So before you leave, though, hit that subscribe button that popped up right there. That's a good way to support the channel. Not enough of y'all subscribe. And then here's another video right here.